What's up, Raid? Darth Alex here, and in today's video, I'll make it a quick one. We have a couple topics to discuss. In Raid, I'm trying to do the best I can to get videos out for you guys. I want to try to do at least 1 or 2 videos a week, but I'm actually doing more than I expect to be doing. But as you all may know, we have a new fusion coming out here in maybe a week or so. Probably starts next week, if not the week after that. It's on a new Sylvan Watcher support, and it's a new Valentine's Day fusion. I have her kit pulled up on the screen right now, and I will go over it, give you my opinions, and I'll let you know if I will be going for it or if I will be skipping. So let's get into the video, and if you enjoy, please tune into all my videos I post on here. Alright, so I don't want to butcher this name. I'm not good with names that I can't pronounce, so we'll give it a go, and hopefully Ray does not kill me for it. So we have a new Sylvan Watcher legendary here, and her name is Oella. Oella? Sounds right. I guess, best I can do. Her A1 is Fluster. It attacks one enemy, has an 80% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted if Ultan of the Shell is on the same team, which I'm going to assume that Ultan of the Shell is going to be a new legendary that they'll give out in the next digest or the next. And then her A2, Hand of Spring. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, booked down to a 3-turn. Heals all allies by 30% of their max HP. Increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Yeah, that's a pretty good A2. And her A1 is really good for the decreased speed. So far, what I'm reading out of this kit is Iron Twins and a Hydra team for sure. I think that would be the top 2 areas of the game that she'll be very useful in, which if you're looking for a Hydra champion, she'll be good for sure, especially for an end game level Hydra team. Her A3 is Morphosis, something like that, yeah. On a 6-turn cooldown, booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. That's actually pretty good. Fills turn meter of all allies by 30%. Also places a 50% increased resistance buff on all allies for 2 turns. Yeah. Her kit definitely screams Hydra to me. And for her passive, whenever an ally loses 15% or more of their max HP from a single hit, places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 1 turn. Places a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on that ally, and then instantly activates it if Ultan of the Shell is on the same team. Can occur only once per ally, once to an ally per turn. She's definitely a Hydra champion, and she has a ally resist by 75 in dungeons. I don't know if I'd be using that aura, but hey. My overall conclusion is she's a pretty decent champion if you're looking to progress Hydra, and if you're looking for a champion with decreased speed on their A1 for Iron Twins. But for the most part, it's a decent champion. It's not on the same level as maybe our recent champion Pythion. So I would advise everybody to make a decision on whether they want to go for this champion based on your own account and where your account is at. If you do not need a champion like this and you don't have the resources, I probably recommend you pass on it. I mean, for me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass on going for the champion because I used up most of my resources for Pythion, and I still have a couple other champions I need to build and work on their masteries. So I'm gonna be a hard pass on this champion. So, and I need a re-up on my shard pool. So I don't have that much shards to pull if they have a summon rush or a champion chase or whatnot. So I would look at your account, see if you have the resources, see if you need a champion like this. If you don't, I would pass. You don't. All right. Yeah, Plarium does a lot of these type of events, and in the past, I think probably starting early last year, Plarium seemed to up the rate of fusions that they drop. It used to only be like every couple months we get fusions, if I'm correct. Last year it seemed to be like they started to ramp up their fusions and start doing it like once a month. And I know it might seem like you have to go for every single fusion, but in reality is you probably can't, and you have to make the best decision based on where your account is and what you want to work towards on your account. If you don't feel like you need this champion, don't push yourself to go for this champion just because you feel like you need to. Yes, I'm like everybody else. I want every champion. Eventually, I want to get every champion in the game. But you can't force yourself to do something that you kind of can't do at the moment unless you want to crack open your wallet and spend for raid. But I don't recommend doing any of that. Just save your resources, and if you can, go for it. Go for it. If you can't, then just continue grinding and see if you can push for the next one. You don't have to do every single fusion. Just do what you want to do and which fusion you want. Again, Plarium does do a very, I would say that it's probably their best like quality is making really aesthetically good looking champions, and this one does not fall short either. I kind of like the fairy wings and the fairy look to her. But again, I'm not going to force myself. I'm not going to make anybody force me to go for a champion because I feel like I have to. Enough of the new fusion. Let me know if you're going to go for her. And let me know if you're going to skip. I would like to know in the comments if you do. What are your opinions if you're going to go for her or not going to go for her? Let's shift to more head scratching, bad decision making, and more controversial topic real quick. I do want to make this a short video. It's already kind of going to 10 minutes, but they are going to be releasing a guaranteed void legendary starting Friday the 3rd, February 3rd. When you watch this video, it'll probably be live in the game because they'll be posting on Friday morning, maybe Friday afternoon. But they're going to be doing a guaranteed legendary for Chigurh. And again, this is Plarium raising shard inflation, shard prices for a guaranteed legendary, when even when Turvold and Fortis 80 void shards seemed a little bit high, and even for Riho when they did 90, that seemed pretty high as well. But then they upped it to 110 with Alil, I don't know how you say it. In December, I think it was December 16th, they upped it to 110 void shards, which is kind of insane, and seems like that's the direction they're gonna go. They're gonna raise up the the prices for guaranteed shards, which I'm not cool with. Like, they need to listen to the other content creators, listen to the community. Like, everybody does not want an 110 guaranteed void champion, and especially for Chigurh. He is a really good champion, don't get me wrong. You got the decreased defense and sleep, but I don't know. My issue with it is, especially for void shards, even when they did the Elva 20 sacred shards, it was kind of like shocking. Like, everybody was so accustomed, and like they were already used to saving 15 for a guaranteed champion. They would not go any lower than 15 shards, just so they have ready for if they want to go for the guaranteed. Then they went out of nowhere and raised it to 20 for Elva. We all thought it was maybe because it was a new faction and she was probably worth the 20 in their eyes. But if you listen to this, I want to say that it's probably going to be permanent going into the future. 20 shards for sacreds, because what they did with this void's 110 for Alil and then 110 for Chigurh. We're just gonna have to either not pull for the guaranteed to hopefully Plarium will listen, or just manage our shards. Don't keep at the 20 and above. Like, that's the only thing that we can do at the moment, so I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed in them inflating the shard count for guaranteed legendaries, but I won't be going for it. I know how hard it is to gain void shards. Clan Boss doesn't drop them. They don't really drop as frequent as ancient shards. You can't get them in the shop. Only you can get them doing Clan Boss, and they charge so much for void shards and packs that it's almost not even worth it. You'll be spending like however much a string packs cost, like $400 for a maybe $350 for a void string pack just to get Chigurh. I don't know if it's worth it, but that's just my opinion. And if we really want change, if we really want Plarium to listen, my opinion is that we do not participate in this void guaranteed legendary and see if that helps or works out for us to help them drop the requirements. But at the end of the day, we can't really like get everybody on board. I will not be doing this. This is just kind of insane, and I'm sorry if I'm going on too much of a rant about it. It's starting to get a little ranty-ish, but at this point, we need to put our foots down and make Plarium see that we're really unhappy. We can't just that's just my solution. We all just put our foot down and not go for this guaranteed champion. I don't even have enough shards to go for it, even if I wanted to, because void shards are you get like 12 void shards per month roughly. It's just a rough estimate, so that's almost I'll round it up to 30 void shards every 2 months maybe. It'll take at least like 6 to 8 months to get 100, and they want to up it to 110 just so we can buy the packs and rack them up some more cash. I don't think it's worth it. But that is it for today's video. If you're on my side with about guaranteed champion, please like the video, share it, get the word out. If you just like the content, like, subscribe. I try to post 1 or 2 videos a week. Sometimes I'm doing 3. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.